everybody. This is the one and only here on YouTube, Heavy Metal 95 here. We got a brand new rock song history video we're going to be covering for today. So, this one I'm going to be covering a certain song from Guido and Maurizio D'Angelis, or Oliver Onions, because they're known and popular in Italy and Germany by the fans of Oliver Onions, because they're known for Italian theme songs that were used in like anime and cartoons as well as movies and all that. Enough about that. Or the songs that are known in that you recognize it in most of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies. Today we're going to be talking about the song, which is the fifth track right off of their album Santa Maria, which is the song Concerto Rock, which is basically translated as rock concert. It's basically the song title as well. However, the lyrics in the song Concerto Rock by Oliver Onions, this explains about started with the protagonist, how it starts at 9:30, passing by the other characteristics to the other person's house, and going on a motorcycle, and coming into the tent, and wanting to perform past hour 2. So, this basically how they perform, how the characteristics of how these lyrics, how they basically perform and sing on stage, as how the group supporting of all the people, and clapping to the melody, and clap to the tempo as well. Yeah, it's just basically these lyrics are all in it that were written in Italian with composer Cesare Di Natale, who is an Italian composer who worked with Guido D'Angelis and Maurizio D'Angelis, or the D'Angelis brothers, because they were born in Rocca di Papa in which is right near Rome, Italy. They have worked on this song, of how the arrangements, of how the characteristics of how they putting in like the sounds of like the audience cheering, and you hear like these acoustic guitars and like a little kind of feel in that, and then it goes right into the guitar riff on the electric guitar, which is almost a little based on, reminiscent to, which later becomes how it's inspired of how this little rock feel on the guitar, the electric guitar, which sounds a lot more different and similar to Naked City by the rock group Kiss from their 1980 album Unmasked in that one. However, there's some of like the strings, like the violins and the cellos, like you hear in that one. This gives it a little cinematic rock kind of feel, as well as the keyboards, like the string sounds on the keyboards, as well as the synthesizers. Gives a little very symphonic rock kind of feel, like Electric Light Orchestra type symphonic rock. Like the songs like Livin' Thing kind of feel for whenever Oliver Onions did the song Concerto Rock, which is, the fifth track off of their album Santa Maria. This basically how I wanted to come by on checking out songs from Oliver Onions, because this is a lot very interesting, and I just wanted to come by of how they were having these incorporated like musical arrangements of how they put in like the keyboard arrangements, like the strings are or the string ensemble kind of feel. Like sort of like how Electric Light Orchestra did when they did the song "Livin' Thing" back in the 70s. However, this could be almost the equivalent to both Naked City by Kiss and Electric Light Orchestra's "Livin' Thing," all blended together for what Oliver Onions wanted to. Although the song Naked City by Kiss only appeared in the album Unmasked, but for the song like Concerto Rock by Oliver Onions, this has gotten to the whole new level. And it wasn't that very picky for this as well, because I just wanted to come across for whatever I wanted to come by on yet another kind of a certain song that has like this little rock feel with a blending in with cinematic rock as well as symphonic rock all together. Especially whenever I wanted to come across for whatever, or by of all things. However, this is all interesting because I never knew about this, because this is how it's not so hard anymore. It's like, how did they do the musical arrangements as how I understand as well. And one thing that's changed is that this is one of those Oliver Onion songs has never been performed live in Oliver Onion's concerts. Just to giving the real reason as it was to for the whole preparatory feeling. Which makes sense. And whatever the means as well, because I just wanted to come by on discovering these songs from Oliver Onions, because I'm here to giving you for the way. Consider that this was released in 1970. However, this was released on the album Santa Maria in 1979, which we'll get to more about it after I finish in the detail of that. So, for the most part as well, the song Concerto Rock is the 5th track on the Santa Maria album, which this is very interesting. Needless to say, this has gotten to my curiosity. Because I just wanted to discover the way of how this is your typical Oliver Onion song, like Concerto Rock, has never performed live in concerts, and they never performed this live in the Oliver Onions reunion when they performed live in the Budapest in any part of Europe. And they never performed the song also they never performed Concerto Rock live in Germany, which is part of, and this was also never included on the Oliver Onions Live in Budapest live album, because this is the real question for that. But, although the song Concerto Rock appeared in the compilation album Stunde der Stars, which is Oliver Onion's compilation album released in Germany, which makes sense as well. And that's very... Excuse me. Sorry if I'm a little groggy. Yeah. Because I haven't slept in a while. But yeah. But for the most part as well, because... And speaking of which, Concerto Rock by Oliver Onions also it is not only has never performed live in concerts, they never performed this song live at like conventions in Italy, such as Luca Comics and Games, as if I'm not mistaken, because this is very interesting, because this is one of the real reason and of how I wanted to come by for these songs that were never performed live. I'm just a little curious as well, because that's very... However, consider that this song has never gotten a single, because it never intended, unlike Santa Maria, which ironically, the song Santa Maria by Oliver Onions is the more popular hit in Austria and Germany. But for the song Concerto Rock, they never performed this live in like Luca Comics and Games in Italy, and they never performed this song live. Also, they never performed this live at the Future Memorabilia Tour in the 2020s, as far as I know. But even if they did, unless if they could re-recorded this. I mean, in terms of how they perform this is the real thing of how I want to remember of all this. Yep, that's right. Not only that, I have been figured out a way of how this is one of them. And then, for the most results, the song Concerto Rock was finally revealed to the public on the Santa Maria album by Kangaroo Team Records in Italy in 1979. Needless to say, the song Concerto Rock by Oliver Onions has never performed live as well, which that makes sense. But overall, this song, in my opinion, Concerto Rock by Oliver Onions, I guess I'm considering it as one of my all-time favorite songs, because I like the electric guitars part on there, which kind of reminds me of Naked City by Kiss from their 1980 album Unmasked, which came out a year after Santa Maria, which is Oliver Onions' album. And the string ensemble sound on the keyboards as well. It has that little electric light orchestra, symphonic rock influence in that kind of vibe feel. For those who haven't been wondering, just get to my curiosity though. But overall, this song has never included in any of Bud Spencer or Terence Hill movies, or any Italian movies that is part of Italian cinema in general, as it was frequently as well. 10 out of 10 for this song. So that's going to be it for my video for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to the channel. Smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notifications bell button for more surprises if you miss anything new. Be sure to check out my rock song history and metal song history, especially if you're new to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's all I have what I got. This is Heavy Metal 95 signing off, and thanks for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. Goodbye for now. Stay tuned for more videos on rock song history.